Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video I have for you is going to be my luxury wish list. And these are just a list of items that I really have gotten very excited about over the last, few months or so, and there's a few that I just cannot get out of my head. So I'm gonna be putting a second part to this video as well. I've decided that my collection is at a great place, but I think I counted, and I think I now have 12 handbags. If you watch my best, worst, most dramatic tag, then I counted 12 handbags, and I'm now going to institute a one in, one out policy. In order for me to consider adding a new bag into my collection, I feel like I have to sell at least one in order to justify bringing another one in. And the thing is that I really love a lot of the bags that I have, and I do find myself not reaching for a few of them. And so in my next video, I'm going to ask you guys to help me pick which one to sell. Also today, is it today? Hold on, let me see exactly what day it is. Also, today is April 8th, and it is my YouTube birthday. So I'm really, really happy. I'm having so much fun doing this, and I'm glad that you guys are liking the content that I'm putting out. But a year ago today, I filmed my first bag review about my Louis Vuitton Belmont, which we all know, you have seen before. My love affair with this bag is still going strong, and you know how I feel about it. So a year later, after my review, I'm still loving it. So before I get started on my luxury wish list, there are a few things that I'm going to talk about on how I keep my wish list organized. In previous years, I was sort of all over the place and saying, oh, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. And now I'm actually like taking the time and organizing my wish list properly, so that when it does come time to shop for my wish list items, I know what I'm getting, I know what I want, and I know why I want it. The first thing that I do to keep my wish list organized is, this is gonna sound obvious, this is gonna sound stupid, but I make a physical list, like here in my agenda. Let me mark this page really fast. Yes, here in my agenda, I keep my wish list, and you notice as time goes by, I cross things off, I write the prices. Whenever I really see something that I like, I just write it down, and I put the price next to it, I put what color I prefer and the size, any relevant information, and as time goes on, as you can see, like I scratch things off. Like for example, my Sony camera, which I'm filming on at the moment, has been crossed off the list because obviously I bought it. So the next thing that I do is, after I've made that list, I will find pictures of the item itself. And what I do is save those pictures onto my iPad or my iPhone and make a photo album called the wish list. And in this wish list, I have pictures of either mod shots of the item, or blogger photos. For example, this was on my wish list for a time. For now, this is the Gucci leather Dionysus, and for now this is off the wish list, but it's just a great photo. And I just think, so those are the first two things that I do to manage my wish list. And the next thing that I do is I use this other app or website that I found on Amy Nicola's channel. She's a Canadian fashion blogger, and I will leave her video that she did about them down below. I wasn't contacted by them, but I did find the information about this website from her channel, so I will leave that information down below and you can see hers. So the website is called ShopTagger, and on it you can find wherever your item is being sold, share it to ShopTagger, and ShopTagger will alert you when either the item goes on sale, when it comes back in stock, if it's still available, and you'll get emails and all kinds of other things. And it definitely works better on my iPhone as of right now. I really wish, honestly, that they would make it work better for the iPad, because I do most of my shopping on my iPad as opposed to my phone, for obvious reasons, including that it has a bigger screen. And it just works really well in keeping everything like lined up and concise. The last thing I do for my wish list is I pick the item that I love the absolute most. It's usually a bag and sometimes it's a pair of shoes, and I will put it as the background of my iPad here. So here you see I hope you can see this well, and I hope it's not like a glare, but yes, this is the medium Dionysus shoulder bag, and yes, so I just have it on my iPad home screen, And the reason I do this is because it gets me accustomed to looking at the bag, and if in a month's time I'm still like, you know, gaga eyes about it, then I know that it's something I truly do love and want for my collection. If it just, after a while, if it just sort of starts to blend into the scenery, into the background for me, then I know that it's just something I was infatuated with for a time. Maybe isn't the best thing to add to my collection. So I hope those tips were helpful. And now for my list. The first category is shoes. I don't really shop for shoes this way. When I buy shoes, I mostly just try to go for things that are on sale that I think I'll wear, that's just something that I love, that I find at a good price. And although I don't recommend that style of purchasing for really large high-ticket items, and I sort of cap myself off for spending on shoes at maybe $400 or so. But I do have two pairs of shoes that I have been looking at. The first are the Christian Louboutin Pigalle Follies. I had the Socates at one point, and I have the old style of the Pigalle now, and I just really like the shape of the Pigalle Folly. However, I already have a nude pair of pumps from Christian Louboutin. I don't need a second, and I really don't see myself getting a black pair because I just have never been able to wear black shoes for some reason. And actually, no, at one point I did buy them and I ended up returning them because I just don't like black shoes on me for some reason. Oh yeah, they're currently making a red suede version, but I hate suede because suede wears in and it gets dirty really easily and it's delicate, so I think suede is a terrible material to make shoes with, but you know, designers keep doing it for whatever reason. Next are the Aquazzura Samba sandals, and these are just so cute and just really like bright. They make them in like a sort of a red yellow and then a blue-ish multicolor as well, and they have sort of like raffia or straw at the toe with a block heel, and I love the block heel so much, and Aquazzura is really one of my favorite designers. I think those retail at around $1,200, and that's more than I'd like to spend on shoes. So maybe if I see them in the summer sales, I'll consider picking them up. But that's just two pairs that I really have had my eye on for a long time. So the next category for my wish list are accessories, and I'm going to include SLGs in here as well. The first one is a pair of Christian Dior Tribal Earrings. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of different styles of the tribal earring, and I found a pair that I absolutely love. So they came into the store where I work, and I almost bought them, but someone else beat me to it, and now I'm obsessed with them. They are tricolor. They're silver gold and rose gold, and they have sort of just, they're like separated, but I'll just insert a picture wherever I can find one. All my life, I have always worn the biggest, hugest, gaudiest earrings ever. Like from the time I was 11, I was wearing humongous earrings that would hit my shoulders. And I guess now that, and I still do to this day, I think it's a great look for me. I really love the way I look in larger earrings. However, just having these would be just something completely different. And I just think they would be a very good addition to my collection. Okay, the next item is a Louis Vuitton mini pochette accessoire, and the reason I really want this is because I have a pochette that I use that came with my Givenchy tote that you've seen many times before. I'm not even going to take it out. Now that I have a few smaller bags, I would like the versatility of being able to keep a smaller pochette inside of my bag, and as well as carrying the larger one, and just to be able to be more organized and not have to go through as much to go from bag to bag. With my Celine here, ignore the fact that I just, you know, with my Celine here, the mini pochette would do very well inside of it, whereas the one that I currently have is sort of too big for it. So I know that I'll be getting that soon enough, but I haven't decided on which print. I'm between the Damier Ebene and the monogram. So the last accessory that I've had my eye on forever is a Chanel brooch. Now there's one in particular that came out last season that I am in love with. They don't currently sell it in the store, but I have found them on a number of pre-loved websites, and it is linked chain with leather intertwined, just like the chain straps, and I love the idea of having a Chanel brooch, even though I've never worn a brooch in my life. but I really love the idea of having one. The only thing is that they are just so expensive, and I'm trying to justify it in my mind having a Chanel brooch. Like, I don't know. It's especially because I've never worn one before. Another thing that I'm sort of weird about is it's actually cheaper to buy Chanel brooches in Chanel. Like, I went into Chanel the other day and I found another brooch that I really liked that was a little bit more basic, and it was maybe $500, whereas shopping on the pre-love market, you will find them at $700, $800, and the one that I want is like $900, which is double the price that it was when it was in the store. And paying above retail is just something I completely at this point in my life will not do. So never say never, but right now that's just, I'm not interested, but I really do love that. So my last portion is the bags, and this is where I am the most torn because I'm going to pick one bag from this list before the end of the year, and it's just going to be really hard, and it's just going to be really, really hard. So the first one you've heard me mention before, it is the Louis Vuitton Speedy 35 Bandouliere with the damier ebene print. I will insert a picture of myself modeling it here. So the reason I am going for the Speedy Bandouliere is because it obviously has the shoulder strap. Currently I have the Speedy 30 in monogram classic style, and I do love this bag, but I just know that I would reach for a bandolier style a lot more than I do this one. And so since I already have a Speedy, I want to at least have it in a different size, because at this point I really don't want to I don't really want to clutter my collection with too much of the same thing. I'm gonna laugh at the fact that I said that later. Just wait. Yeah, I want to at least have it be a little bit different, and I really love the damier ebene print on as a shoulder bag, and it would be great for traveling, and it would be able to fit a pair of shoes inside of it if I needed to. So that's really, really high on my wish list, and it's something that I know I will own at some point one day. The next one on the list are two, actually, and I can't choose between two different sizes. So it's the Gucci Dionysus in the GG Supreme, the medium and the large size of the bag. I'm going to insert pictures here. Okay, so what do you guys think? I don't know. See, I love the look and style of the smaller size, but for the size that it is, I would want to be able to carry more things, and in the large size I can fit my iPad, I can fit, you know, I would be able to fit, it would be a lot more functional, and it would be a lot just probably smarter of a buy, but just something is really tugging my heartstrings on the smaller one. I love that little shape, and yeah. And another thing that I'm taking into account is that for whatever reason, the Dionysus, the large size, reminds me of a Chanel, maybe a boy bag, maybe a classic Chanel, but there's some reason that it does, and I do want to eventually have a Chanel maxi in my collection one day, and I don't want it to be too similar to a Chanel maxi, because I want to have one eventually. Now that I think about it, the large size Gucci is probably more along the size of the Chanel Jumbo, and the Chanel Jumbo I've ruled out off of my list. This, obviously I do want a Chanel maxi, but it's not on my list at the moment because that's not even an option right now. So the fact that the large size does hold my iPad, my agenda. Now the smaller size does fit an agenda, but it won't fit an iPad and notebooks and everything like that. So I'm thinking that, and also another thing is that they're only $100 difference or something like that. There's a $100 difference, and you can hold more stuff into the other one. And yeah, I'm leaning towards that, but like I said, the smaller one really does just pull at my heartstrings like you don't even know. And of course, I mean, we have to remember that I already have part of the Gucci Dionysus collection currently. So this is the wallet on chain size, and I really love it. I actually bought it thinking that it would wet my whistle for the Dionysus collection, and obviously it hasn't. So I'd love to know what you guys' thoughts are on having multiple of one collection. On the one hand, you like what you like and you should get what you like, but on the other hand, I really would enjoy having a varied collection. So I'm torn. I'm so torn between the sizes and between already having part of the Dionysus, but I really, really love that bag and I know I would use it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave me any comments down below with what you think I should get and what it would be probably the best purchase for me. And also I would love to hear what are some items on your wish list at the moment and why. My next video you'll see in a few days, and I'm going to be selling at least one of my bags and I don't know which one to pick, so I'm gonna need your help on that. So please stay tuned for that video and please help me pick which bag to sell so I can get something wonderful off of my wish list. So that's all I have for you today. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more videos and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So I'll leave my Instagram and my contact information down in the description box, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!